In a quiet town in Rhode Island, the Peterson family moved into an old farmhouse. The house had stood vacant for years, its history shrouded in mystery. The Petersons' parents, Sarah and David, and their two children, Emily and Jack, were eager to start fresh. But they were unaware of the dark past lurking in their new home. From the moment they moved in, strange occurrences began. Doors creaked open on their own. Objects would disappear and reappear in odd places. The family chalked it up to the house's age, but Emily, the youngest, was the first to sense something more sinister one night. As Emily lay in bed, she felt a cold hand touch her face. She whispered to her parents, but they dismissed it as a bad dream. She gasped and turned on her bedside lamp, but there was no one there. The next day, Emily noticed bruises on her arm, shaped like fingerprints. Fear gnawed at her, but she kept quiet, not wanting to worry her family. A week later, the activity intensified. Sarah found herself waking up at 3:07 a.m. every night, feeling an overwhelming sense of dread. She heard faint whispers and saw shadows moving in the corners of her vision. David, usually a skeptic, began to feel a heavy presence in the house. He'd hear footsteps behind him, but when he turned around, there was no one. One evening, as the family gathered in the living room, the temperature suddenly dropped. The lights flickered, and the air filled with an overpowering stench. A loud bang echoed through the house, followed by the sound of children laughing. The family froze in terror, desperate for answers. Sarah researched the house's history. She discovered that the previous owners had experienced similar disturbances and had left without a trace. The house was rumored to be cursed, linked to a witch named Abigail Harlan, who had lived there centuries ago. Accused of dark rituals and child sacrifices, she was executed in the woods nearby, cursing the land and any who lived on it. The Petersons contacted a pair of paranormal investigators, Elise and Lucas, known for their work in uncovering the supernatural. Upon arrival, Elise immediately sensed the malevolent energy. She explained that the house was a portal, allowing spirits to cross into the living world. Abigail's spirit was the strongest, vengeful and angry, targeting the family that night. Elise and Lucas set up cameras and equipment. As they conducted a seance, the air grew thick with tension. Elise's eyes rolled back, and she spoke in a voice not her own. "The children belong to me." The lights went out, and a violent wind whipped through the room. Shadows danced on the walls, and the laughter of children grew louder. Suddenly, the figure of a woman appeared. Abigail Harlan, her face twisted in rage. She lunged at Emily, who screamed in terror. Lucas quickly recited a prayer, and Elise threw a vial of holy water at the spirit. With a blood-curdling scream, Abigail vanished, leaving the room in silence. The Petersons decided to leave the house, unable to bear the lingering presence. As they packed, Emily found an old, weathered doll under her bed. It had a note attached, "I will always find you." They left the house that night, never looking back. But as they drove away, Emily looked out the window and saw Abigail's figure standing in the doorway, watching them leave. The house, now abandoned, waited for its next victims, the curse unbroken.